Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at the regimen changes that we need to make for Ritucharya for the upcoming Ritu of Sharad Ritu, which is autumn. Why is this important? Because of the changes in the influence of the five Pancha Mahabhutas across the season and the direction of the sun across the year, we find that in every season there is an increase in one or the other Mahabhuta, which translates to an aggravation in one dosha and an accumulation of the other dosha. So in every season we find one dosha takes dominance, one dosha starts to aggravate. So when we start following the Ritucharya regimen suggested for our diet and for our overall living, we are able to cope better with these changes in the dosha in our body, and we are also able to avoid any illnesses that could occur if we did not take care of this. So for example, in Varsha Ritu, which is the season that we are right now in, which is going to end, we see that there is a prakopa or an aggravation of Vata dosha. Now, if we were following the Ritucharya for Varsha Ritu, and if we continue to follow the Ritucharya for Sharad Ritu, which is the next season, this Vata prakopa will naturally subside, leaving us undisturbed. But if we don't follow the Ritucharya regimen, the Ritucharya ahara, we will find that we will suffer from a Vata aggravation, which could result in certain disorders. Now, what can we expect in Sharad Ritu? In Sharad Ritu, we can expect a prakopa or an aggravation of Pitta dosha. This aggravation actually started one season ago in Varsha Ritu with a natural accumulation of Pitta dosha, which reaches its peak in this season. Therefore, all the ahara and the regimen suggestions for this season are all aimed at controlling this aggravated Pitta dosha and ensuring that in the next season, it comes naturally and it subsides. The difference between the season of autumn and the season of Grishma, where it is very, very hot as well, is that in the autumn season of Sharad Ritu, we are in the second half of the sun's journey, the Dakshinayana journey, where the dominance of the sun is much less and we have a greater dominance of the moon. Therefore, the body is not as dehydrated as we would expect in the first half of the sun's journey, which usually happens in Grishma Ritu in summer. So, in this season in Sharad Ritu, there will be a Pitta dosha aggravation, but it will not be dry. It will be hot and there will be an accumulation of Jala in the body as well, because remember, Pitta is made up of both Agni and Jala Mahabhutas. So in this season, we'll have to balance both of this. We'll have to balance the fiery energy of Pitta dosha along with its watery component, which comes from the Jala part of the Pitta dosha. In this season, we're going to be seeing slightly impaired digestion, an extra amount of fluid in the body, and therefore the ahara and the regimen that we're looking at needs to be tailor-made in order to work with this. So the rasas or the tastes that we are asked to include in our food in this season are Madhura rasa or sweet taste, Tikta rasa or bitter taste, not too bitter, slightly bitter, and Kashaya rasa or astringent taste. Kashaya rasa is very, very important because it helps remove excess water from the body. So it's important to have all these three tastes in our food in this season. Every time Pitta is aggravated, we see a dip in digestion, and so that's going to be true even in this season. Therefore, we are asked to eat light food and easy to digest food, freshly prepared food, because freshly prepared food is usually easier to digest, and avoid any food which is considered heavy or hard to digest, like curd, regular meat, etc. Now, if you look at the special foods that we are asked to consume in this season, there is an emphasis on rasayana and pitta balancing foods like draksha, which is raisin, amla, which is gooseberry, madhu, which is honey. Now, madhu, even though it is slightly ushna, it is a very, very good reducer of water and extra water. So that is also asked to be included. We are asked to include gourds. A special mention is made of bottle gourd, but we can also include other gourds like parval, bitter gourd, etc. When it comes to meat, meat is hard to digest. So unless you have good agni and good appetite, you are asked not to go there. Even if you do, choose lean meat. Don't go for fatty meat. When it comes to pana or things that we drink, if you start with water in Ayurveda is always asked to be pre-cooked or boiled before we drink it. That becomes even more important in Sharad Ritu because, like I mentioned, due to aggravated Pitta dosha and the Visarga Kala, we have an excess amount of water and fluid in the body. So the water that you drink in the season has to be slightly shrunk. So if you start with a liter of water, it has to be boiled until it becomes about 750 ml. So it's about a 25% reduction in its volume. Adding pitta balancing herbs, which also have an astringent and a pitta subtaste, are what is recommended. So if you add herbs like lodra, vetiver, etc., these are good to be added to your drinking water. In general, because pitta dosha is aggravated, we're asked to have cooling drinks, not cold, so not from the fridge. Astringent fruit juices like pomegranate, etc., could be considered in this season. Pitta as a dosha is very sukshma and very sensitive to fragrances. So in this season, we are asked to give the body a lot of fragrant input. So for example, we are asked to wear fragrant garlands of flowers which bloom in this season. We are asked to wear flowers in the hair, around the neck, etc. We are also asked to use fragrant herbs which balance pitta, like chandana, patranga, agaru, vetiver, etc. on our body through our unguents and our lepas and our uktans and our body washes. Pitta is also cooled by time off, so this is why even for people with very dominant Pitta Prakriti, one of the things we recommend is to switch off from work and cultivate hobbies and take pursuits, take some time to follow, your pursuits. Pitta responds a lot to water, so the Acharyas have given us a set of very beautiful, almost very poetic suggestions about how to balance Pitta in the season. They've asked us to go sailing on lakes. They've asked us to go and look at blooming lotuses and ponds. They've asked us to spend time with friends. They've asked us to wear fragrant garlands and apply fragrant paste on ourselves and basically enjoy ourselves in this season. Pitta is a dosha which influences many important organs and many important systems for us. For example, digestion is strongly influenced by Pitta. Eyesight is influenced by Pitta. Intelligence and the ability to focus on a task list and get it done is also influenced by Pitta. In the season, since Pitta is also already aggravated, we can expect all of these systems to go slightly on. So we can expect that digestion will not be as smooth as it used to be. We can expect to have our eyes feeling more tired than usual. We can also expect to find it very difficult to switch off because Pitta has that tendency, it does tend to overfocus. So a balancing regimen for the season is to give your Pitta some rest, give your eyes some rest, give your brain some rest, switch off from work at a designated time, take time to enjoy yourself like the Acharyas have said, find a lake, find some friends, go on a picnic, keep giving your eye rest breaks. Because remember, all of us are overusing the eye today because we are using it for minute vision. All of us are looking at a cell phone or looking at a Kindle or looking at something close to us. So one way to balance that is to do far gazing. We are also asked very beautifully again to spend time in our terraces and gaze into moonlight in the season. The moonlight in the season is very powerful and is very Pitta balancing. The timing must be right. Don't do night moonlight gazing. Do evening or late evening moonlight gazing, which is between basically 6 to about 8:30. It's very restful and very calming for the eyes. Ensure that you do an electronic cutoff and ensure that in all ways you're mindful of your Pitta dosha and you're mindful to give your body the correct inputs it requires to sail through this season. I hope you enjoyed watching this video on the regimen changes that are suggested for this Ritu. I do hope that you will take the time to try and incorporate this into your life and make these changes so that the next 2 months sail by really well for you. Thank you for watching this video.